Let's have a look at a slide now that shows us speed, distance and time. In order to remember how to convert between these measures, remember this triangle. Distance, speed and time are denoted by d, s and t in this triangle. And by covering up the thing you're wanting to find out, you can use the other two values to work out the answer. So if we look at our three formulae, the distance is from doing speed multiplied by time. Speed is found by doing distance divided by time. And if you look in the triangle, you see that d is above t, which is why we divide, and that time can be found by doing distance divided by speed. Again, because distance is above speed in the triangle. So when they're next to each other, we would multiply, and when one is on top of the other, we would divide. Okay, so now we've seen how to work them out, let's do a couple of examples on the board. So the first example says if I walk 14 miles in 2 hours, what is my average speed in miles per hour? So I walk 14 miles in 2 hours. Now my speed, remember, is given by distance divided by time. My distance was 14 miles and my time was 2 hours. And 14 divided by 2 gives me 7. So my average speed, therefore, was 7 miles per hour. Okay, so another example is up here. How far does Emma travel if she runs for 45 minutes at a speed of 12 miles per hour? So we know she's running at 12 miles every hour, but unfortunately, she hasn't actually run for a full hour yet. So we now have to change 45 minutes into a fraction of an hour. Now we can write it either as a fraction or a decimal, but you should be happy with the fact that 45 minutes is 3/4 of an hour. Which means if we want to find out how far she's travelled, the distance, it's speed multiplied by time. Her speed is 12 miles per hour and her time is 3/4 of an hour. So you can either multiply it by 3/4 or if you feel more happy putting it as a decimal, 0.75. This would be on a calculator paper, so you could use a calculator to answer it. And 12 times 0.75 gives us an answer of 9. But remember, you should put the units in. So how far has she run? She's run 9 miles. In this final question on speed, distance and time, they want us to change 50 meters per second into kilometers per hour. So they're asking us to change both sets of units. We've got to change meters into kilometers and also seconds into hours. So the first thing we're going to look at is changing 50 meters per second into how many meters per hour it is. Now we should all know that there are 60 seconds in 1 minute and there are also 60 minutes in 1 hour. So if we're travelling at a speed of 50 meters per second, by multiplying this by 60, I would then come up with 3,000 meters per minute, because there are 60 seconds in every minute. If I multiply it by 60 again, that would give me 180,000 meters. And that tells me how many meters we're travelling per hour. So I've now converted my seconds into hours, but I still have the units of my distance in meters and I want them in kilometers. But we know that there are 1,000 meters in a kilometer. So my final bit of working out is to divide by 1,000 to give me my final answer of 180 kilometers per hour. So we've successfully converted 50 meters per second into kilometers per hour. And look at how we did it. We went from meters per second to meters per minute and then meters per hour and then changed the meters into kilometers.